Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a story of a woman that was married for 16 years before divorcing her husband. And she thought, they had a good marriage, they had a good thing going on. But life happened. I want us to listen to her. And like I've been saying, the essence of bringing stories like this is so that we learn from it. And that doesn't mean that, oh, all marriages are bad. There are a lot of people enjoying marriages out there. I just wish that we get to see stories of happy marriages. But they're too busy enjoying their marriage. They don't have time to set cameras and tell us their stories. But let's be learning from the ones that we are seeing. So let's hear from her.
Sometimes life is harder to believe than fiction, and I'm going to tell you a story that might take you down that road. I was married for 16 years to my first husband. I thought we had an incredible marriage. We never fought. Everything was swimmingly. He seemed very happy, and he had a very weird look on his face, and he said with a voice that I had not heard before, "We need to go upstairs and talk." And I was scared. So I went upstairs because I thought something terrible had happened. On the bed, he's like, "I don't love you. I haven't for a very long time, and I'm leaving you." And I was dumbfounded, just gobsmacked by it. It didn't make sense to me. Nothing made sense.
Yeah.
And the only thing I could think of is how my daughter was going to receive this news because she was
Oh.
very close to her dad. Right then the doorbell rang, and he said, "You need to go get the door." With that same voice, so I knew I needed to. I went and got the door. It was two armed police officers with their radios going and all their commotion. And they said, "Your husband," he confirmed the name, "had called us and said he was being held against his will." So apparently, my ex husband called the police while he was on his way home driving,
Eh?
said he was being held against his will. Why? I found out later because he didn't feel like he could really walk out with my daughter crying. It would be hard on him,
Oh
and he knew
God.
he needed to go. Unbeknownst to me, he had a girlfriend and her daughter that was waiting for him to spend Easter weekend with them, and I didn't know that. So he was on a mission to leave no matter what because he had to get to his girlfriend. Well,
Wow.
we called my daughter in. He told her I was holding her. She was sobbing. I was sobbing. And all she said to him was one question: "Did you cheat on mom?" And he said yes. The police officers were standing there, their radios going, and they said, "We need to get going." So he took a garbage bag. He dumped everything he could think of in a couple of them. He walked out that night. The next morning, I was served with divorce papers. He did not want custody or visitation with our daughter. He literally just deserted us in that moment. He quit his job, so there was no benefits. There was no money. I was a stay-at-home mom. No child support, no spousal support coming in. It was a really difficult time, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of all the stuff that came out later, which I will make in a part 2 video. But it's a bumpy road.
Oh my God. Guys, like what? See, as you're hearing it, this is the same time I'm hearing it because I like watching the videos with you guys. So I've not heard once I just hear the beginning of the story, I just keep it for later when I have time to react to it. Oh my God. What do you think would have pushed that man to do that? Like he was with her for 16 years. See, the Africanness in me is going off voodoo. Maybe the other woman must have done something to this man to make him act like this because this is not ordinary. Being the fact that he had a good relationship with the daughter, for him to even abandon the daughter as well, because there's no way he must have been pretending with the daughter for that long. Even the woman, I don't think there's a way he would have pretended with this woman too. Something must have happened. So see, no, this one is not ordinary. I know that there are wicked people, but this one is. I don't think this is a case of a wicked man. No, this is too much. Even going to the extent to quit his job, that means they didn't want them to benefit anything. It's not ordinary. But let's watch part two. Ah,
Part 2 starts now. So we know he walked out the door in a very unconventional way with police officers at his side. He drained the account. He had been planning this for a very long time. And there was a lot I found on the hard drive that I copied. And that will be part 3, everything I find on that hard. But today I want to talk about what happened. So After he left, I didn't know why, where, how, when. Like I had no answers, but I started going down the rabbit hole of once I found some of his aliases within the hard drive. So I'm just going to touch on that a little bit. I did find a name of a person that he reached out to. They were emailing constantly, like constant. And I'm reading all these emails on the hard drive, and I'm like, who is this person? It doesn't sound like it's a girlfriend, but it sounds like it's someone really close to him. So I feel like I need to find her, reach out to her, and I'm like, this is, Kim, you know my husband. And she's like, yes, and I don't want you contacting me, and you are psychotic. And I just thought, oh my gosh, that was the first time I think it dawned on me that he had been spreading so many lies about me. I think my eyes were opening a little bit at that time. After about 2 weeks, she called me back, and she's like, I do want to talk to you because I'm finding some indiscrepancies in what your ex is telling me. That what she was
Ah.
told by my ex-husband is that I was psychotic, I was abusive to him,
Mm.
and I was in a psych ward. He sent her a long 3-page typed email the night he left. So when he left, he went to a hotel room, and the first thing he did was email her, his best friend. And she sent me the letter. So riddled
Wow.
with lies and his weird truths, telling everyone that I was in a mental institution, that I was very abusive, that I had been arrested, that I had a drug problem, an alcohol problem. Mind you, I had never had a sip of alcohol by this point. I didn't drink. I was trying to be a Proverbs 31 wife. Reading that was very eye-opening for me, and I think that's when I kind of realized this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Like, this isn't just a divorce. This is somebody who has separate lives and who has been living these separate lives for a very long time. She learned the real truth.
See me, I'm here saying, oh, something must have happened. That other woman must have used juju on him. But now it's looking like the man is the problem. But what I don't understand is people that have this kind of lives. Why do they have the need to involve people in their lives? Why can't you just stay single, live the kind of life you want to live? At least it's much easier that way than marrying somebody, vowing to be faithful to them, vowing to to do life for them, only for it to turn around and be the same person to stab them in the back. Like I don't think I will ever understand that mindset. What do you think possesses people to do that? That's just to have to be like the devil's incarnate, because they're the one that can be that heartless to go to this extent to do something to this. And this woman appears to be like a very good person. Like she's giving off that vibe. Oh no, my heart is breaking on her behalf.
And she has never spoken with my ex, and she is friends with me to this day. So that was his best friend. I didn't know about it. Let's talk about his girlfriend. So going down the
Hmm.
whole list of all the social media stuff, because told me he didn't have a social media account, but I found out he did. I found a picture that he was tagged in with a girl, and there was a small child, a girl in the picture. I found her and I called her, and she gave me 3 minutes. She was not happy with me. She was very angry with me, and she thought I was a weirdo. But she gave me 3 minutes, and I just said, all I want to do is tell you he left his daughter, his 12-year-old daughter, who thought he hung the moon. He was such a good dad. Wait till part 3, because that will change. But, like, do you realize that he left his daughter that he loved with all his heart to go be with your daughter? Like, that's weird behavior. So the person that you have in with your family has left his own family. And the next day, I got a very, very angry call from my ex because she had kicked him out. This happened in 2009, you guys. So my daughter and I have had a long, long time to heal. There has been some therapy and a lot of prayer, healing. A lot of work has been put in for us to be made whole from a man who really just tried to destroy us. The love and support that I have gotten from so many of you has been impactful to me on a way that I don't know if I can express. I appreciate you all. And part 3 will be everything I found on that hard drive. And it
Guys,
was a lot. It took months to
just
go through.
imagine being betrayed by somebody you thought, you know, was the beast, or somebody that, made you believe in love, somebody, that kind of thing. And I'm just so happy that this experience did not make her abandon her faith. Because there are a lot of people that when trials come to them, you see them, they start getting angry at God. Why did God allow this happen? Why didn't God save me from this? And they stop being a Christian. But I'm so happy that that is not the case with her. But let's continue. There's a video I want us to see. It's still it's still part of the story. But I don't think this is the part 3. I think this is her answering somebody. Somebody commented, said, don't, not to be ignorant, but what did you do to your ex that turned him into such a cold-hearted man towards you? I mean, there's two sides to every story. See, I don't know where people go. See, very many people started going with this narrative. Oh, yeah, we want to hear from the other side. It's not every story that you need to hear from the other side. I don't know, guys. It's not every story. Well, let's hear her answering the person's question before we move to the part 3.
I'm in my pajamas and ready for bed, but I just saw this comment on my divorce story video. No words.
Like, I love what she did. Like, what do you say to that? Like, what do you say? Let's move to part 3, please. I want to hear what she saw, all the documents or the evidence she saw. Let's take a listen.
Part 3, let's go. So, I want to start by talking about some of the red flags because, yes, there were many, but when I was living in the moment, I did not see them. Let me explain to you. The man that I was married to was so kind, soft spoken, gentle, unassuming, well liked, or well respected pillar in our community. If I ever went to him with a concern, he would always say, well, what do you think? He would always ask me what I thought. And I would tell him, and he would be like, absolutely, I agree with that. So he was just 100% agreeable all the time. He never had an opinion of his
Oh,
own.
oh,
Never. He was being purposely quiet and
mm,
purposely had so little to say and little opinions because he couldn't let his secrets get out, right? And he was so secretive. So he just was protecting himself. And what it looked like to us was he was just this great, kind, gentle man. I also want to say that without God, I could not have gotten through this. We had such incredible family support, but we really needed to rely on the Lord because it was so extremely difficult. Let's get into what's on the hard drive. Multiple aliases. This man had so many names, I could not keep up with them. He had so many different accounts. But when I say that he had this girlfriend that he left me for, that was just the tip of the iceberg, okay? So what I also found was multiple girlfriends that he talked to every single day. He had fathered other children, so other families he had. He was juggling. And as I'm reeling from that, I find out there were escorts. And he would come home every day at a normal time from work. And I saw receipts. He was flying to all his girlfriends. He kept them out of town so he wouldn't see them or wouldn't risk me seeing them. It was a true violation of our marriage in every aspect. He also had a message between him and his girlfriend that I read where he spoke of potentially unaliving me, getting rid of me, and you can't imagine what that's like to read. If my awful ordeal has helped anyone, it was worth it to me. Comment any questions that you
what I
have and
don't
I will
understand
answer
is
them.
women that knowingly go into relationship with an unfaithful man. Like, this man is married or he's in a relationship, but because he's willing to stay with you, he sells lie to you. Like, he didn't lie to you of being in a relationship or being in marriage, but you don't care. And in fact, you encourage him to leave his wife or his girlfriend so he can be with you. Like, I don't think I will ever understand women with such mindset. The man, we already know that he's not a faithful man. His head is not correct. But you now knowingly aligning yourself with the man to do whatever. In fact, some of you get upset if he doesn't keep to his promise of leaving the woman. I don't think I will ever understand women like that. I will never understand it. I'm even happy that he finally left her without even harming her. Oh, he was so good at, covering his tracks. And I understand where if she said, even though the red flags were there and she couldn't just even see them as red flag because every other aspect was so good in the community. Do you know what it means that in the house you're a good person, even in the community, everybody sees you, as a good person. It's just so hard for you, even when the person misbehaves, you will let go because this person is he has been trying in all the different aspects. So why should I hold on to this one aspect of him that is not doing well? I don't know if you guys get it. So I can imagine. I'm just imagining what it must have been for this woman. But I'm happy. I can see her wearing a ring. So I'm happy that she didn't allow that to deter her from happiness. Because, like I said, a lot of people, when they see videos like this on the internet, they say, oh, I'm finding more and more reasons why I should stay single. No, no. That's not the essence of why people are sharing their story. People are sharing their story so that you will be wise when you are making your choice of a life partner or when you're making your choice of a partner to spend your life with. So that you are not just going off with with emotions or with your feelings. Love is an action. When people say love is not enough, I'm not of that school of thought because if we genuinely practice love, like we practice what love is everything. Love is more than enough. We are the one that are not practicing the true love. When we practice what love is, because love is kind, love is patience, love is forgiving. That is love. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.